It's really bad.
You want a chair? As we get out of here, go home and sit down.
Not every patient on my 600-pound life is ready to change, and some push Dr. Now to his absolute limit. From constant excuses and missed appointments to full-blown confrontations, these are the most difficult cases the show has ever seen. These are the moments that tested everyone's patience and nearly derailed the road to recovery. We're kicking things off with Gino and his cousin Nico, both of whom are struggling with serious weight issues. Gino doesn't even know what he currently weighs, but he wakes up every day feeling like he went to bed carrying the weight of the world. He knows his body is breaking down, but he's completely lost on how to fix it. Can Dr. Now help him turn things around? Let's find out. This is how his story begins.
What hurts on my body the most is probably my back, knees, and feet. My back is the worst. Honestly, the most difficult, probably taking a shower. The stairs.
It's clear that Gino's size has reached a critical point. He even admits that the hardest part of his day is taking a shower. You can see the discomfort all over his face. This isn't just about weight, it's about how much everyday life has become a struggle for him.
I just feel just happier. I just want to be full. And tell my mom that I make the best eggs in the house. She's a good cook, but she's not me. I did go to culinary school, so I do. Of course, still treats me like a little kid.
I'm not the only one who noticed how many eggs Gino cracked for breakfast, right? That's enough food to feed a whole group. It's hard to believe he's serious about making a change when his portions are still that large. He can barely stand for 20 minutes without breaking into a sweat or feeling like he's about to pass out.
Obesity does run in the family because I was heavy, my mother was heavy, my grandfather, and so was his father. So he was getting it no matter what.
I'm grateful for her.
Now, we're starting to understand how things got to this point. Gino's mom admits that she's always let him eat whatever he wanted, with no real limits. She even says that obesity runs in their family, so she's not surprised by how big he's become. It's clear that food has always been treated as comfort and not something to manage carefully.
But the cousin I've always been closest with my whole life has been Nico.
Growing up, me and Gino, everyone always thought we were twins. We look a lot alike, and we've always been hefty. We always been by each other's sides. Like, he's my best friend. I love him. He's always been my best friend. He's my wingman.
That's an enormous amount of food on his plate. And yes, he actually plans to eat all of it. It's shocking, honestly. You can't help but wonder how different things might have been if someone like Dr. Now had been in his life earlier. There's no way he would have been allowed to get to this point under Doc's watchful eye.
On food, it became something I needed in order to feel better. And by the time I was in the 4th grade, I was already 200 pounds. After I got divorced, Mom ended up getting full custody of me and my sister.
You can't help but feel for Gino here. Imagine not being able to fit into a standard desk like everyone else. That's the kind of moment that stays with you forever. He says he weighed 200 pounds back in high school. And honestly, that kind of weight at such a young age is a sign that things were spiraling way earlier than anyone realized.
I started gaining a lot of weight around that time. A couple different jobs and but I wasn't able to keep anything for very long. More the kitchen couldn't hold me, and I just kept getting bigger.
Did he really just say there's no MRI machine big enough for him? That's a serious red flag. To make things worse, he has a knee issue, but he keeps eating as if nothing's wrong. If Gino wants a future, he needs to get serious, and fast. Seeing Dr. Now might be the only way to save his life.
In my family, we never ran out.
Here's cereal, your kind that you like. Eat the whole box I got you the other day. Oh, look at this strawberry fluff.
I actually want this.
I actually want.
These were the chips we going on in my family.
This part is frustrating. It's hard not to feel like Gino's mom has enabled his lifestyle. She never tells him no. Whenever he asks for food, she gets it for him. You'd hope she'd see how dangerous this is by now. Sometimes love means making hard decisions, even if it means saying no.
Nice, you didn't break the car or the curb, nice.
The beer you got.
To get to Dr. Now on time, I have to do at least 8 hours a day. That's a lot, but I'm hoping that once I rest,
It's no surprise that the road trip to Houston wasn't easy. A few hours in, Gino already needed to stop. His back was in so much pain, he thought it might snap in two. You just hope he can make it to Dr. Now's office. It's his only real shot at turning things around.
I'm really excited. Go, Juice. I'm really excited.
Go. Oh, I'm
nervous. How old you guys are nervous?
Is it available?
There's one here and one there. Oh, no.
6 days. That's how long it took them to finally reach Houston. 6 exhausting, painful days that pushed Gino to his limit. His body is breaking down, and it shows. Hopefully, this grueling trip will be worth it.
Now you can step up.
I'm a little nervous because it's been a long time since I went and weighed myself. A huge increase in my weight. I think it's over 600.
Your weight is 684. I go to room 5 now.
Oof, that number hits hard. Almost 700 pounds. Gino finally steps on the scale, and the result is a tough pill to swallow. You can see the worry in his face. At that weight, the road to recovery looks like a mountain, but every journey starts somewhere.
We all gotta make the changes, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And you, the cousin, don't think how often you all eat together and with each other. How often?
A lot. Every day. Deep.
Dr. Now lays it out clearly. Both Gino and Nico need to lose at least 60 pounds before they can even be considered for surgery. It's actually great that Dr. Now included Nico too. If they both commit, they could be each other's biggest motivators.
There is cheese in here, but cheese for you.
It's fine. Just give me a couple pieces.
But you can't use that cheese. It's not the low
I
fat.
wouldn't go over calorie if I use a slice. This isn't Russia.
But things aren't going smoothly. Gino's mom is getting frustrated. Every time she tries to help him stick to Dr. Now's diet plan, he pushes back. It's like he's not fully ready to give up the habits that got him here in the first place.
See how strong the bench is. Hope it's strong enough. Oh, yeah. I was holding those bolts pretty nice. Nice.
This thing's very... Just think, you were breathing harder in the bathroom a couple weeks ago.
On the brighter side, Nico is stepping up. He's helping Gino stay focused, and from what he can see, Gino's beginning to lose weight. It's good to see them working together and taking their health seriously.
You want to step up on the scale? Your weight is 629.
Yeah, baby.
Can step down?
Yeah.
Even though Gino missed his target by just 5 pounds, that's still real progress. He's proving that he's taking things seriously. The big question now is, will Dr. Now see that and give him a chance?
First, our focus is on Houston. We're gonna do what we can to stay on track and find a spot to live. We've been looking for a place, but it's taking a little while to go in and try to buy a house in Houston.
Who would have guessed? Gino and Nico actually get out and play some volleyball. Seeing them move around, sweating and laughing, is both surprising and uplifting. It's the kind of moment that makes you hope this really is the start of a new chapter.
Getting healthier, adding more years to your life, and it's not like I'm going anywhere. I've been together like friends for 6 years. I trust in the love that we have. This is gonna break us, make us stronger.
Now this is touching. Gino opens up to his girlfriend about moving closer to Dr. Now, worried it might put a strain on their relationship, but she's nothing but supportive. She tells him that his health comes first and everything else will work itself out. That's love.
Hi, Gina.
Hey, Doc.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Well, and look like you lost your weight. Ready for your surgery.
I'm ready.
You ready? All right, super. All right, we get started in a few minutes.
All right, Doc, thank you.
All right.
The moment finally comes. Gino hits his goal and gets cleared for surgery. Unfortunately, Nico doesn't meet the target and has to keep working at it. Still, there's hope. Dr. Now warns that Gino's procedure is high risk since he's still over 500 pounds, but it's a step in the right direction.
We successfully completed a gastric sleeve on Nico. Now he and Gino have an important tool that will help him stay on track. Over the next month, Nico will act like Gino.
This is Isaac's story. From the moment he wakes up, food is the first thing on his mind. At just 23 years old, he doesn't even know how much he weighs anymore. His mornings are a daily struggle. Something as simple as getting dressed feels like a monumental task. Thankfully, he lives with his family, and their support helps him navigate the physical challenges. This is where Isaac's journey begins.
Can you lift up a little bit for me?
Yeah. And I'm embarrassed about that because I moved back home to take care of my mom. She has cancer and she struggles with her size too. So I'm supposed to be helping her, but I'm the one who needs the help now.
This part really tugs at the heart. Isaac wants to be the one taking care of his mom. She's battling cancer, but instead, he's the one who needs constant care. That's a tough pill to swallow. He feels like a burden, and his frustration grows as walking and breathing become more difficult with each passing day.
Feeding others. Y'all got here just in time. And watching them enjoy the food. So I do feel like I have a special connection with food, but I do like eating too. Good morning, Angel. How many eggs do you want?
Food has become Isaac's safe place. It's his comfort, his joy, and a big part of his identity. The silver lining? He's actually a talented cook. His family enjoys every meal he makes, and seeing them smile when they eat brings him genuine happiness. For him, cooking is more than just preparing food. It's how he connects with the people he loves.
Get him to eat, and this caused him to be very underweight as a child. So we did worry about his weight because he was so small and so tiny. But when we were finally able to get him to eat,
we get a glimpse into where it all began. As a child, Isaac was extremely underweight due to a serious illness. His family feared for his life, so when he finally recovered, they made sure he was always well-fed, scared that the sickness might return. What started as love and protection eventually grew into a deep emotional connection with food, a bond that's stuck with him ever since.
I had to cook and clean and give homeschool to myself and my siblings because there was nobody else to do it. My mom couldn't even physically take care of herself at that point, and my dad worked all day.
Life forced Isaac to grow up fast. At just 10 years old, his mom had a stroke, and suddenly he was the one looking after his siblings. On top of that, he lost his grandmother, who had been like a second mother to him. With all that grief, stress, and responsibility, he turned to cooking for comfort because it was the one thing he could control.
After that, I was just staying home and eating. So my weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
he started avoiding phone calls from his friends. He stopped responding on social media.
Isaac sacrificed a lot to be there for his family. When his mom's condition worsened and she was diagnosed with cancer, he moved back home for good. The stress and sadness pushed him into a deep depression. He shut everyone out, stopped talking to his friends, gave up on his dreams, and started eating just to numb the pain. Even now, he still struggles with feeling alone.
I've never done anything like this at my size, so I'm really nervous about it. It's like a 5-hour drive, so it's not going to be easy for me because I'm gonna go down there and then try to come straight back. So it's like 10 hours on the road.
But now, there's a glimmer of hope. Isaac has made the brave decision to head to Houston to meet with Dr. Now and begin his weight loss journey. What scares him most isn't the change, it's being away from his family. But his mother, despite her own battle, reminds him that he's not alone and encourages him to focus on healing. It's the first real step toward a better future.
I met Dr. Nels for the first time to see him about weight loss surgery, and I'm about to see where my weight's at and how much I have to lose, I guess. That's not good, but I'm ready to change that.
You really have to admire Isaac's mindset. Despite the fear and anxiety, he made the long trip to Houston to meet Dr. Now, and that was no easy task. When he finally stepped on the scale, the number read 661 pounds. It was a wake-up call. Isaac was shocked, maybe even scared. But the beautiful part? He remained hopeful. He truly believes he can turn things around. And that kind of optimism, that's exactly what this journey needs.
You know why? Because everybody goes back to the same old habit. And if you don't understand that, then there's no point of doing the surgery on you, because no matter what weight you lose in the short term, you're gonna be 600 pounds in 5 years.
But is Isaac truly ready to change his life? That's the question on everyone's mind, especially Dr. Now's. When Isaac mentioned that he does all the cooking at home, the doctor didn't hesitate to point out the obvious. Being surrounded by food every day is a major challenge. If he's serious about weight loss, that environment has to change. Dr. Now then, he gave Isaac has a big goal: lose 80 pounds in the next 2 months. He's officially part of the weight loss program, but now it's up to him to prove he's ready.
Shrimp and some zucchini, and then y'all can make y'all salad. So how does it look to you?
It looks good. It smells good. It smells really good.
Well, the whole meal is only like 300 calories.
Okay, Isaac. Moment of truth.
One thing's for sure, Isaac isn't in this alone. His family is stepping up, and that makes a huge difference. When Dr. Now gave him a new diet, Isaac brought it home and put the entire family on it. As the main cook in the house, he took charge and made it a group effort. And surprisingly, everyone's on board and enjoying the meals. It's a small but powerful step toward progress. A supportive environment can be the game changer he needs.
So that means your goal is to lose 100 pounds before you shoot. So you think you can do that?
I'll try.
All right, we'll schedule your appointment for next month. And I'll see you then. But go over the diet and see how you haven't made enough changes yet.
Dr. Now makes a solid point. If Isaac wants to be there for his mom, he has to take care of himself first. After missing a follow-up appointment, Isaac called to explain and reschedule. The doctor didn't scold him, but he was firm. Isaac needs to prioritize his health now more than ever. As a result, Dr. Now added 20 more pounds to Isaac's goal. Now he has to lose a total of 100 pounds before they move forward. The clock is ticking.
I made a lot of changes to my eating, and I know I've made progress. But my goal weight loss was a lot. I was 661 at my last weigh-in 4 months ago. And with the delays, my goal turned into having to lose 120 pounds.
Unfortunately, things haven't gone as planned. It's been over 3 months, and Isaac has only lost 40 pounds, far from his 100-pound goal. But when you consider his circumstances, caring for his sick mother and managing all the meals for the household, it's hard to place blame. He's juggling a lot. Still, this is a health emergency, and Dr. Now is not the kind to sugarcoat anything. The pressure is mounting.
So it's not very safe for you to have surgery. And if you keep all this strain on your body for much longer, it's just gonna be a matter of time before something happens that pushes your body over the edge. And it gives out, and that's it for you.
Surprisingly, though, Dr. Now approaches Isaac with compassion. He doesn't lash out. Instead, he explains the risks, how important it is to lose weight before surgery to avoid complications. Then, he gives Isaac one more shot, 2 more months, one more chance to hit his target. It's now or never. Will Isaac find the strength and discipline to push through? We're about to find out.
So what we also do is we'll go ahead and run the test we need to make sure you can handle surgery. And if you come back with that weight loss in 2 months, you'll be ready for weight loss surgery, and we'll move ahead with that.
This is Abby's story. He's been bedridden for over 7 years. Every single day, the one thing that keeps him going is his wife, Brenda. At 37 years old, Abby doesn't even know how much he weighs. What he does know is that he's scared. Scared that one day he might just not wake up. And that fear, that uncertainty, is what drives him to hope for better. This is how his journey begins.
My inspiration, my light at the end of this tunnel. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is bathe. It's extremely painful. It's the worst part of my day.
Is it okay if I do your feet while you wash your head and face?
Just imagine what life feels like for him every single morning. It's no surprise that his wife is the only reason he has any motivation to face each day. But what's truly heartwarming is how deeply Brenda cares for him, standing by his side through everything, never wavering.
Scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and toast for breakfast.
All right.
Your breakfast and coffee.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Breakfast. It doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be something that'll satisfy my urge right now.
Wait, did Abby really say that his eating habits were better when he was younger than they are now? That's shocking. It makes you wonder, what exactly happened to create such a strong bond with food so early on? My guess, something deeply traumatic.
My metabolism will kick in. No, it didn't. It just stopped and kept on gaining weight. When I graduated from high school, I went to school in Florida to become a sound engineer. And going there was life-changing.
Turns out it was exactly that. Abby grew up without much supervision, especially when it came to food. He ate whenever and whatever he wanted, and like many kids, he thought the weight would just disappear as he got older. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
We went to the movies with my nieces and nephews, and they were like playing and being kids. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed. And she's like, don't worry, I love this. And she took control of the whole situation, and she had him eating off her head.
And then came the moment that changed everything. Abby had just bought an engagement ring to propose to his girlfriend, but on his way to her house, he got into a terrible accident, one that nearly took his life. Can you imagine the heartbreak for both of them?
They took me to an MRI machine and got the X-ray imaging they needed to find out what was going on. I had a problem with 3 discs. They were damaging the spinal cord. So immediately they took me to emergency surgery.
Then came the life-altering accident. Abby had just bought a ring to propose to his girlfriend, but on the way to her house, he was involved in a near-fatal crash. You can only imagine how devastating that must have been for both of them. The aftermath of that accident was brutal. His injuries were so severe that doctors told Brenda he might never walk again. That moment changed the direction of his entire life.
Shared by a lot of people in Puerto Rico, and we got referred to a foundation which was helping a lot of people after the hurricane. They took me out of Puerto Rico and brought me here.
Come on, let's be honest. That's actually very impressive. Abby doesn't let the fact that he is immobile stop him from working and making money for him and his wife. He has a remote job that allows him to work from the comfort of his bed. Now, I wish I had a job like that.
All I see is the wall in front of me, the walls right beside me,
Salsa con queso.
and my wife that comes in and out. My only look for the outside world is TV or the phone.
Seems like they work hand in hand to get things done. Since Abby can't stand up from the bed, his wife has to do all of the shopping and she prepares their meals. What's amazing is that they get to spend quality time even after having a stressful day. That's lovely, but he really needs to start worrying about his weight.
Trying and fix that, and it got fixed to a certain point, but since I've been in the bed so long, I've lost the strength in my leg.
That's not good. Abby finally reached out to Dr. Now, and it seems like he might have some serious problems. Apparently, Abby has been on the bed for so long that his feet can no longer be straight on the ground. He tells Dr. Now about his condition, and even the doc can't hide his worry.
I've been to the hospital. They know that I need physical therapy, but having a physical therapist come here, we haven't gotten that yet.
So you're in a bad place right now?
That does sound like a good plan. Since Abby can't walk on his feet, Dr. Now says he is going to send some physiotherapists to come help him and see if he can still use his legs to move around. Let's just hope the damage to his leg is not so severe.
Should feel like work. It means you're doing it right. Good. Yeah, it means you're doing it right. Ready? Come on, go. Strong. Come on, bud. Good. I know the doctor was concerned to be able to wave off the possibility of the blood clots.
Surprisingly, that went pretty well. The physiotherapist the doc asked to come check on Abby showed up and they did some routine exercises. His leg isn't entirely bad and he is still able to move around. The only thing now is that Abby needs to put in the work so moving around would be possible and much easier.
I lost strength in them. That's why I really do need the physical therapy to get the strength back.
So what you need to do is you gotta all day to do your exercise on your leg.
For Dr. Now to come down to his house, you can tell he really cares about Abby and wants the best for him. But here's the thing. Due to the fact that Abby hasn't left his bed in 7 years, his sores are infected, and he needs to get the infection under control before it gets worse than it already is.
Oh, then you have a set place that you want to get to. But when it's just, yeah, we'll see how we do it for next time. That's not a goal. That's it's like nothing. So I feel like I'm doing the things and the effort.
Seems to me like Abby is at a crossroads with himself and his weight loss journey. He feels like the fact that he doesn't have a goal that relates to him losing weight is technically no goal. At this point, I think Abby might need therapy to stay on track with his weight loss journey.
On the bed.
Ow!
Keep pulling.
All right, let's go.
Keep pulling.
Is he in the center? Yeah, we're gonna go on there. Yeah, okay. Awesome. In a few weeks, you get this board out from under you, okay?
For a second there, I thought they were not going to be able to lift him out of the bed. More than 5 people trying to get him out of the bed is actually scary. Abby's condition is not getting better, and Dr. Now wants him to be close by so he can be properly monitored.
We need to do it to get everything straightened out for you, okay? So at this point, I think we gotta do something to improve your condition. We gotta make some changes, okay?
No problem.
Well, that's some good progress. Abby has been checked into the hospital, and so far it does seem like things might work out for the best. He feels way better than he did when he was home, and I can't lie, that's a pretty good sign.
It's something to do, so I don't mind it. But I'm hoping that at some point soon, Dr. Now is gonna take me to the next level, you know? And I need something more to make this go faster.
I couldn't agree more with Dr. Now. Abby has been able to lose up to 200 pounds of weight. Usually, Dr. Now would send him home to lose some more before coming back. But with his current state, Dr. Now feels it's time for him to get his weight loss surgery.
Hopefully, everything looks good and we can move ahead with Abby's weight loss surgery soon. Once we do that and he recovers, we will work more closely with some specialists, especially an orthopedic surgeon.
You can tell that he couldn't wait to break the news to his wife. Dr. Now told him that he was approving him for weight loss surgery, and as you'd expect, the first person he called was his wife. He has come a long way. I'm pretty sure we are all proud of Abby.
Abby's surgery went very well. That was probably one of the most challenging weight loss surgery that we have done for a while with his condition because of his functional paraplegia and lower extremities.